Bravo Consulting Group's productivity tip number 1. This one today is on Intro to SharePoint Security. You see our learning objectives here. SharePoint's not rocket science, so we're going to try to make it seem really easy in 1 minute or so. The first thing you need to understand is the why of security. Why is about the right people having access to the right data at the right time and blocking everybody else. So security is really important. The second thing you want to consider when you think about security is the where can you secure SharePoint. And SharePoint allows you to secure it at the item level, at the folder level, at the library level, at the site level, at the site collection level. This is the where. A lot of people aren't familiar that there's a lot of different places you can secure SharePoint. There's advanced areas, but we're not talking about that right now. Next thing you really want to think about is who can be secured into SharePoint. And so for who, you can think about Active Directory groups, groups there, and then SharePoint groups and users. And the idea here is that security can be pulled from anywhere. The next thing is what kind of security can you give folks? This is the what. And the what is basically you give them admin or designer rights, you give them contribute rights, you give them read rights, or no access, right? And the idea is most people fall into these categories. There's lots of permission levels you can talk about later. The last thing we want to talk about is just a scenario of when you would use it. So let's use an example here of our scenario is, let's say Bravo is the site collection level for our intranet. You have HR as the department. The library might be personnel files. Inside of there, you might have a person, or you might have something like training items, depending on the security you're trying to apply. And then here could be a certificate for training, or in here it could be in an annual review, right? So those are the type of places or scenarios you can secure down to. One thing we really want you to remember when you think about SharePoint security, it's easy to sit there and lock down SharePoint. The end.